Welcome to The Hero Maker. In this series, we follow Richard's appearances on other shows as he talks about how to grow, play, think, and live like a hero. Join him as he discusses thoughts, principles, and life lessons, all essential for anyone building their heroic brand. All that and more, only on The Hero Maker.
I guess where I started in business is a sort of a long story. It goes all the way back to when I was a kid. And I know you talk a lot about changing directions. My first jump into the entrepreneur space, I was 13 years old and just fresh off reading the Rich Dad, Poor Dad books that my dad gave me when I was 11 or 12 years old. I was in high school and I managed to convince my dad to give me a $50 loan to go to the big box store and buy candy, and I was taking it to school and selling it to my friends for big profits, and that went really well. Made probably $500 or $600, maybe $1,000 before the powers that be shut me down, because you have to have a business license, and you can't have a business license at 13 years old to sell things. But yeah, that's how I got started in business, was as a kid at 13 years old. And obviously I've had to change paths a few times over the course of that. But yeah, that's where it started for me.
Have you held a job at any point in time?
Yeah, so later in high school, I held a couple of jobs. So I worked as for Subway and did sandwich artistry in high school. I worked as a salesman for a scooter company that sold scooters for in high school. And then, other jobs. I ran a photography business all through college and worked for a portrait studio part-time a little bit on the side while I was in college, and ran a consulting business for a few years after college, and had a hard time with the consulting business, not because we weren't doing good work, but because I was had a terrible job of pricing my services right. So I was starving while working, and ended up having to shut that down after a couple of years. And I took a job as a director of marketing, which is a whole story unto itself. Took about 4 weeks to go from running a business to having a six-figure job and running a $25,000 a month marketing budget. And then over the next 15 months, working as a C-level marketing director. We 10x that company's lead flow, and redid an 8,000 page SEO campaign, and really brought in enough leads to do 25 million in sales over that time period for that company. And so that was a really it was a good change in my life, and really gave me the confidence to go back out into my consulting practice afterwards, and started my consulting practice again, I think 2014 or 15. After leaving the director of marketing position there, and working in the corporate world for a couple of years, and then back to what I'm doing now.
If you want to hear the rest of this discussion, please check out the link to the full episode in the description below.